Hey, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're listening to this over the weekend, July 13th and 14th. Thomas Miller back. We're going to talk about the weather. This kind of weather is also in the skies. I don't know, it might be sunny and clear and beautimous wherever you are, but I got to tell you that, I said we've got a rough ride here until the end of July. Really about the 22nd, I think, is one of the turning points. And then we're kind of in the clear after we get into the early part of August. But yeah, we've got another storm on the horizon, and it begins on Tuesday. So we've at least got a couple of days that we can get ready for it. But this is a storm. The energy is going to be a little tough for the first part of the week. Let me tell you one technique that you can do to offset some of the wonky, and that is go to iTunes. And if you like this podcast, rate a 5-star and just a couple of sentences of what you think of it. I would greatly appreciate that. And that is putting good energy out into the universe, and that will come back to you, and you're going to need those points this week. All right, we are, like I say, marching to all eyes basically on Tuesday afternoon. Why is this one so challenging? Well, what we have going on today and tomorrow is pretty much the same as what we've had, okay? Not a big bunch of changes. The tough patterns that were there this week have basically shaken loose, so we can a little bit take our breath and get ready for this. So what's going to tee up on Tuesday afternoon is this full solar eclipse. It's going to be in Capricorn at 24 degrees. Now, we've been talking a lot about the energy in Capricorn, right? So if the moon is at 24 degrees, 0 to 30 in a particular sign, so we're in Capricorn, 24 almost to 30, but still not within that bandwidth where it's starting to feel that more Aquarius-type energy. It's very much a Capricorn moon, and it's sitting next to Pluto, which is at 21 degrees, but there is a fairly rare formation that also occurs from all of this because of the other action going on, and that's what's called a mystic rectangle. Ooh, we haven't talked about that one. What is a mystic rectangle? Well, it's when you have two planets that are in sextile relationship to each other. So that's 60 degrees, or if you're using the whole sign system, that's two houses apart, 60 degrees. They also, because of their position, are in opposition to another planet, which creates, I know this is complicated, two trines from the opposition planets back to home base. Okay. Basically draw a rectangle in your mind. Put on the lower left corner Saturn and the south node. That's been in Capricorn. It's the whole feature of the show here in 2019. But we're going to build a box, okay? Got a rectangle. It's standing upright, by the way. The longer sides are vertical. So on the lower left side, Saturn and the south node. Lower right corner, Neptune. Upper right corner, Venus and the north node. And then over on the other side, the last corner, the upper left, is the midheaven. Now, that's just a lot of energy, and we'll talk about this more as Tuesday comes around. We're just getting preliminarily ready for it. And, you could do some Googling on this between now and then as well, because the energy of this is going to be prolific, because you have the moon conjunct, basically, almost sitting on top of Pluto, and a partial lunar eclipse. All right, let's think about, we just went through the eclipse season where the sun gets blocked out. What about the moon? Our emotions, our reflections, our deeper dark side, our subconscious mind, our hidden self, our own dark side of the moon, all gets blocked out. In essence, reset. So if you felt emotional around the solar eclipse, I sure did. You can tell that from the podcast. If you go back and listen to the third podcast I did that day, in the evening, it was just a very emotional time. And I tell you what, I love solar eclipses. This lunar eclipse is going to have a heavy element about it because it's sitting there next to the transformation maven, Pluto. And you've got this other thing, and we'll talk about this some more, especially on Monday, because the aspect will be more pronounced, but Venus will be opposite Saturn. So get ready in your area of relationships. I got to say, this is going to hit. It could also hit money, finances. There could be some action around those areas of your life this week. So, since the transformational pull is there, why not work with it? So we're going to be talking tomorrow. I'm going to do a special edition, and then we'll talk more on Monday and Tuesday about what you can do to get ready for the whole Venus-Saturn piece as well. So this one's kind of complicated, but it's worth noting and it's worth getting ready for. So spend the weekend. Here's the homework. Here's what you can do to work with it. Start to work around, especially the transformation piece, opening up to anything in your life where the onion layer is being peeled, and then work on that relationship / money / love / beauty / home. Let's just encompass all of that around Saturn. So is there any karma? Anything that needs to be paid back? See, send old Thomas some love and do a good review on iTunes. That will help. I'm telling you. I'm not kidding. Do something nice for somebody. Lay some seeds this weekend. Plant good karma. Back with a special edition tomorrow. Have a great weekend.